Hi guys, happy Wednesday and happy Eid el Kabir to all Arabic. I hope all your wish comes true. In today's vlog, I'll be talking about Korean. Foreigners in Korea not being able to speak Korean language, and which is um, making life and living so hard for them in South Korea. Basically, I listened to a guy who says I can't speak I can't speak proper Korean with my wife and with my wife relatives, and this is really putting the man in a hard situation. Communication between her, uh, communication between him and his wife relatives, it's so bad, and these two parties can relate properly. And you know, when you can relate properly with your relatives, with your mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, uncle, auntie-in-law, it's so bad. That means probably you are like in a super hard situation, and it's so bad. Like it doesn't have another description than to say it's so bad. And I've listened to tons of foreigners with this same concern, and it's it's really making life so hard for them in Korea. Like I want to say Korean also should learn how to speak English. They should learn how to speak English. Like if general public of them can speak English, like 80% of them can speak English, then relationship between them and foreigners will be smooth, and foreigners won't be having hard time in living in South Korea. Uh, in some in most countries in Asia, apart from speaking their native language, they can speak English. Even for some, the English is not like 100% fluent, but most of them they are on the they are on beginners level, and when they are communicating with foreigners in their country, the foreigners can understand what they are saying. uh, Korean also should uh, try and learn English. Like it should be something that is mandatory. It should be mandatory for all Korean, young and old, to speak English, so that they can relate properly. They can relate very well with foreigners, because on daily basis there are foreigners uh, traveling into Korea, into South Korea for uh, tourists, and some of them, after a while, some of them uh, make Korea their permanent residence. Like on, I don't know what visa, but I don't know how their visa works there, how their residence permit works there. But most of them, after some time, they decide to stay in Korea. Like they are not going to their country anymore. Like, and even if they are going to go to their country, it's going to be for visit. The, Over time, most of them will make decision to live in Korea, to work and live in Korea, and not being able to speak fluent Korean, proper Korean. I've also listened to a father-in-law saying, and a mother-in-law as well, saying they can't relate with their son-in-law. And even the funny part of it is that once foreigners get married to Korean lady, the Korean prioritize their kids to learn Korean, and this is where it gets worse, like really worse. When the kids can speak proper Korean, when they are at advanced level in Korean speaking, and their father can't speak Korean, it's so bad. It makes communication really awful between them. And this father-in-law and mother-in-law said they would have loved to converse with their son-in-law, like talk more, relate more, but the language barrier between them is making them fall short of this. It's the language barrier between them is making them fall short in this aspect. So I'm just going to say this: Korean should learn English, and Korean should learn English. As much them not being able to speak fluent Korean puts them in super situation. It makes them question why they really want to stay in Korea, why they really want to live in Korea and work in Korea. So Korean should try and learn English. Korean government should make it mandatory for all Korean locals to learn English, so that foreigners are trying their best to learn Korean language, but this takes time, and it's a gradual process. Most Korean, they want foreigners they are involved with, like their husband that is foreigners, their wife that is foreigners, to be able to speak Korean 100%. And this doesn't work this way. Learning foreign language that is not your mother tongue is super hard. It takes time. It takes hard work, which foreigners are trying their best, but Korean also should learn English, so that they they can have smooth relationship, smooth conversation, smooth communication with foreigners around them. So that is what I've got to say in this vlog. See you in my next vlog.